Understand something. Plain and simple. To me, Abigail was a delicious poison. An intoxicating, overwhelming poison. Yowie wowie!
What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Abby's Window, and we've got a lot to talk about today. So instead of a long introduction, I will say welcome to everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. And we can't have Abby's Window without Abby. So, Jodie, how are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Good. So, got a lot to talk about this week, and all right, I'm really about to. I'm trying. We're gonna run the episode like we run the episode. So we'll get to things when we get to them. We have segments that we do. So yeah. Thank you.
I actually want to start with a public service announcement.
Go ahead.
If that's okay. For those of you that have seen it on Twitter and know our good friend Brittany, she suffered something horrific at the hands of an ex. And I just want to put out a public service announcement that if you ever put your hands on a woman in that way, or in any way, aggressively, at all, you deserve to have your penis chopped off. That's my public service announcement, because you are not a man. A real man loves a woman, protects a woman. And, you know, there's lots of us out there that have suffered abuse before, and it's not pretty. It has long-lasting damaging effects. And I'm glad that that particular individual is now in jail, and he deserves to stay there for the rest of his life. So don't ever put your hands on a woman.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
All right. So I did not mean to start out that way. But I'm not gonna have certain things dictated to me anymore. So I'm just gonna say, like, nice. I'm a nice person, but don't push me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But yeah,
it's not specific to men putting their hands on women. There's all other kinds of abuse. There's been women putting their hands on men.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not just specific. I just mentioned that one because that was her particular situation. But if you're a woman, don't put your hands on a man either. And don't use your sexuality either to get what you want. Because that's kind of a form of abuse too. I mean, there's lots of different kinds of abuse out there: emotional abuse, physical abuse. I mean,
all kinds.
Just be nice to each other. It costs nothing to love each other.
Exactly. No, I completely agree with your thoughts on that. I'm apologizing for my small outburst before that, though. Not really an outburst, but just kind of I'm not tolerating certain things. So yeah. So thank all of you for joining us. Great words, Jodie.
On to positivity.
Yes, positivity. So we're going to start out like we do, because this is Abby's Window. So we're going to start out with Caleb's Corner, and I will turn it over to you.
Okay. So if you have not watched the interview that I did with Caleb, it is up on the channel now. There's a live version, because we did premiere it live and got to talk to you guys a little bit. And then the whole interview just by itself is up on there as well. Make sure you like it, share it, tag him in it on Twitter. He did retweet it. which was very sweet of him. So yeah, it was a fabulous interview. I really enjoyed talking to him. Can't wait to see him again at some point down the road. Hopefully, there's a couple of tour dates later in the fall that I'm gonna try to go to. It just depends on money and things like that and job situation. But he did also very sweetly update his tour dates on his Facebook, and also revealed a little bit. I guess he got some news from his doctor earlier this year that his blood pressure and cholesterol were starting to go up. So he's been really focusing on his health and working with a trainer, and he looks great. You can, definitely tell his arms are a little bigger, and I like him either way. It doesn't really matter what he, what size he is. It doesn't bother me at all. He's handsome either way. Yeah, love that. So he had a show in West Virginia. I think it was on Saturday, but he does have some dates coming up. I want to know if I need to reach out to him and see which ones are bat dates and which ones are his dates, out of the ones that you put up. If you want to go back to it, Jeff, because he's got some dates. Yeah, that one. So he's got some dates I'm guessing the State Fair is his band. And I know the one in Springdale, North Carolina is his band. But I know some of those dates later on in September and October are with the Bat Show. And then obviously in November, December, he's going to be going on tour with Trans-Siberian Orchestra again. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to see him between now and the rest of the year. So make sure that you keep your eyes on Caleb's Corner. We'll keep you updated on what things are announced. I might go to that one at the casino in Ohio. I think that's a Bat Show. So yes, we will keep you updated on what's going on. Glad that he's working with a trainer and listening to his doctors, because some people can be very stubborn, especially us nurses can be very stubborn when it comes to listening to their healthcare providers. So I don't know if he's, a stubborn person or not when it comes to that, but yeah, glad he's taking care of himself, and can't wait to see him on the road at some point.
There you go. So yeah, good interview. Go check that interview out on our channel if you get a chance. Leave a comment, throw a like on the video. Yeah, it was good stuff. So we're going to take a trip down the road here and discuss the man of the hour.
Of course.
And we've gotten a lot of reports out there, and some different things floating around. So what do you let's go to this first. Per BWE, Bray Wyatt is due back soon, and it remains possible he could show up during one of the main events of SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Jodie, what do you make of reports, and what would your advice be to folks that are out there on the interwebs looking for updates?
There's a lot of conflicting reports, and yes, there are more reliable sources and there are less reliable sources. Nobody is 100% reliable except Bray. And even then, he may not, he may say something and things change. So the only person that knows exactly what's going on, what the current plans are, is Bray and Triple H and people that are closely involved with that. So there's a lot of conflicting reports out there. Some say he's coming back at SummerSlam. Somebody else said, there's other reports saying that he's coming back at SummerSlam going after Cody. There's some saying that he's not cleared yet and he's not coming back. And then somebody else said that internally nobody has confirmed that he's coming back at SummerSlam. So there's a lot of conflicting information out there, and I think it's on purpose. Honestly,
Hey,
I think it's all intentional. I think
throw people off.
Yeah, throw people off. So right now, as we're sitting here, we really don't know. He could. He might not. He could go. He could come back and attack Cody. He could just come back. He could not come back. We don't know. And I think there's a little bit of, there may be a little bit of truth to each of them, depending on whose perspective you're getting.
Yeah.
Take everything with a grain of salt. But I think the conflicting reports, it's intentional to throw us all off and make us sit here like, I have no freaking idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, and just call me old fashioned, but I like the element of surprise.
I do too.
I don't want to know when he's coming back, if I'm being honest. I don't want to know. I just want to be surprised. That's just me. I don't I'm not on Twitter very much, so I don't know certain accounts or certain reports or anything like that. So I'm not as familiar with some of the folks reporting things. But what I will say is, like Jody said, take everything with a grain of salt. If I'm Triple H, if I'm Bray Wyatt, I want the element of surprise on my side.
Mm-hmm.
EJ movement. Yeah.
I actually like Bruno's comment. He said, problem with the reports is when they're false and he doesn't return, some people get mad at WWE or Bray. And, unfortunately, that's true. So if nothing does happen, don't get mad at WWE. Don't get mad at Bray. Right. I mean, don't get mad at anybody. It just didn't happen.
Right. It didn't happen. Yeah.
A wrong clock, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right. And the other thing that I'll add to that is, not only when you read false reports, don't get mad at Bray or WWE or, any of those folks. Also, that applies to when you fantasy book a situation and it doesn't happen the way that you fantasy booked it. Mm-hmm. Don't get mad at Bray or WWE, because here's the thing. WWE is not Burger King. Not everything is going to be your way. Not everything is going to be written to your taste. Yep. So
that's okay.
It's fine.
Don't get mad at the people reporting it either. That maybe they were given false information.
Right. Because I can tell you, if I were Triple H, I'd give them false information just to throw them off the track.
We know they do. Jason Baker did it to me.
Yeah. Hey, it happens. So, so with some of the speculation, obviously, we're hearing people talk about SummerSlam, and I had to pull this just because it was so well done, but this is, from artwork as well. So, but I had to pull this because there are also reports that, he may attack, the report said so in the two main events, or, it's a possibility. So
that's one of the rumors out there.
Right. One of the rumors. So, a lot of people are throwing around these 5 folks in terms of potential next opponents for Bray. Seth, Roman, Cody, Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar. Out of that group, Jody. And I want to ask the chat this as well, but out of that group, who would you say you'd like to see the most?
I mean, at some point, I like to see all of them.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but if we're talking about Bray rewriting his story, and the circle, the one that makes the most sense is Cody. Because if you remember, I don't know if I sent you a screenshot of it or not, that tweet that he did back in 2019. Yep. He was talking about Husky Harris. And he said Cody Rhodes did that. He was his partner. He trusted him. He was ridiculed in front of the world for someone else's failed attempt at fame, and it destroyed him. So if we're really going back to the beginning, the very, very beginning with Husky Harris, the one that makes the most sense is Cody.
I would love Love, love, love that. Because again, you've got oh boy, you got the full
Yep.
circle
Yep.
moment.
Completely full circle.
So to address Erase Your Mind's concern, um, do you think in that scenario, um, how I guess let me ask it this way, and I'm gonna ask you this directly to you, Erase Your Mind, but also to the chat. How would you book it so you don't outshine Bray with Cody's popularity? Or do you think that even happens, Jodie?
I actually think if we're going full circle and he's talking about rewriting the story, that Bray could come out overall the winner. Student beats teacher. Cody humiliated him. Maybe he goes and humiliates Cody. I don't think both of them have so much momentum and that I don't think it would necessarily hurt either one of them. They are both so over. You know, they could have a series of matches, Bray win one, Cody win one, but I think it's, you know, if he's rewriting this story, I could see either one of them winning, but to rewrite the story, I actually think Bray could come out of this on top. But they have so much history with each other. But like I said, I think both of them are so over and they're so popular. I mean, look at it similar to Cody and Seth in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Both of them were so good that nobody really lost. Like sometimes I forget who won it.
Right.
Because the match was so good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And they're both so over that, you know, actually, like I said, sometimes I forget who won it. I still actually don't remember. I think Cody won it, didn't he? But it doesn't matter.
Right. And
the match was good.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it would hurt either one of them.
So let's take it down that avenue then. Let's say that they book this in a way that Cody ends up going over, winning the match. So how do you think that hurts Bray at all?
No.
If he doesn't go over in terms of winning the match, if he loses the match, do you think that hurts? And how would you I would ask this to the chat too, how would you book it to so you don't hurt Bray's momentum, especially if this is his first match or first feud coming back?
That's why I think you do a series of matches. You do 3 matches like most people do with the champion. You have 3 matches. I think Bray wins the first one, Cody wins the second one, and Bray wins the last one. But even if Cody won the last one, you've seen Bray win a match. And honestly, like if I'm talking about, because Bray can't come back and never lose. That was the mistake that they made with the Fiend. You created this indestructible character. You put a belt on him. How do you make him
take it off
without making him look bad?
Right.
And I think they've done a lot of really good things with Roman, making him still look strong, and people come up against Roman to look strong, even though they're going to lose. I think they've done a pretty good job with that, having people that, you know, it's not as boring and predictable as Roman winning normally is. Like he's had some amazing matches, even though we went into it pretty sure he was going to win. It was a great match. You know, there's some amazing matches. So, you know, and out of those people, so if you want to think about, and I'll ask this question to the chat too, he has to lose.
Yeah.
The one of the only people I'm like, okay, I'm okay with him losing to that person. It would be Cody. You know what I mean? So who realistically would you be okay with him losing to? Because at some point he has to lose.
He has to lose at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know.
And who returns and not, I'll ask the wrestling gurus out there, and you may know the answer to this, Jeff. what's the percentage of people that come back and win their first match?
That's an
For me,
interesting.
it feels like most of them come back and don't win their first match.
Mhm. That's an interesting question, and I think it's a non-answer answer to your question, but I think it all depends on the story that they're setting up.
Yeah.
I think, if it depends on the character arc that they're setting up, but also the long-term story. So if a loss plays into it and that is the catapult or the catalyst for them, to go in a different direction character wise, then you take the loss. But if you're going to build them up as strong and indestructible and, on a kind of on a path of destruction, then you
Yeah.
book them to win and you book them to look strong. So
Yeah.
that would be my, and I wouldn't consider myself a guru, but
Yeah. I
that
like
would be
what Trista said. Seth lost to Cody 3 times, and now look at Seth.
look at Seth. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's not always about winning and losing. It's about the storyline. And look
Yeah.
who you've got doing long-term storytelling right now. You've got Rob
Mhm.
Fee in there doing long-term storytelling, and I actually sent him a message a couple weeks ago and just said, dude, this long-term storytelling with the bloodline is amazing.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't wait to see what you've come up with Bray. Come up with for Bray. And he actually responded back to me, which was nice. So
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, he's got some amazing things up his sleeve, I'm sure, and I can't wait to see it. But if you had to pick somebody, I don't envision Bray coming back and losing his first match. He may not even have a feud with Cody. It just says maybe he interferes in the match.
Yeah.
Does that necessarily mean it sets up a feud?
Not necessarily.
Maybe he just comes back and gets revenge and makes Cody lose.
Yeah. Maybe that's planting the seeds for something down the road, but not right now.
Mm-hmm. Attacking him doesn't mean he's going to immediately set up a feud.
Right. Right. One thing I'll say, and then I want to get to Negan Mox's super chat and question, but the Seth comparison is really, really good because I want people to think about Seth's journey to now. Seth took a lot of L's, and a lot of people were like, man, they're doing Seth so wrong.
Yep.
I can't believe they're putting this person over Seth. I can't believe they had him lose this, lose that. And then now you think about how over he is and his run with the belt. I mean, it's pretty darn good. And I mean, he's earned it. So,
yeah. And now you feel like he's earned it because he took those losses. You feel like he's earned that belt. And we're going to feel exactly the same way when Eric gets a belt. Because he's lost, because he's come so close. When he finally gets a belt, we're all going to be sitting here like, oh my gosh, he's so earned that.
Yeah, it makes that win. Yeah, it makes that win much much better. Hey Jody, I mean not Jody, Jesse. I saw Jody's name and said Jody, so sorry. Negan Mox, have you heard the commentary when changing Bray's entrance to Fiendish in the game? I have not played the game, but I want to get people's thoughts on that.
I don't know exactly what was said. I know they mentioned something about the Fiend. I don't remember exactly what it said off the top of my head. I've been working a lot recently, and there was so much out there as far as him coming back, not coming back, and what the game was like and what people did with the game, and the ringside collectible thing, and I mean, there's just so much going on.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
So yeah.
C Wrestling saying having Bray lose to Cody now is smart. We all know he's going to be champion eventually. Then he needs stories and credible people to go after him. Another Bray feud with Cody as champ would work. Agreed there, C. Again, yeah, thank you all for joining us. So you brought up the ringside collectibles, and I've got to show this.
You know what? I freaking love it. I love it. And the thing that jumped out at me first was that new mask.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, we've been talking about this for a while. That makes me think we're going to see that mask again.
Yeah.
And it makes me think that if you look at these two as Funhouse Bray and The Fiend, what if they're alter egos of each other?
I like that.
They're both dark, but what if these two are like Funhouse Bray and The Fiend? One is the alter ego.
Yeah.
So
And
whenever we see that version of Bray, we see that version of Bray. Whenever we see that version of Bray, we see that version of Bray.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Deanna said inside out versions.
Yep.
I think
the
also
other side of the door.
Right.
Okay.
I think if they're putting time and effort and marketing into releasing this figure with these masks and these looks, you're gonna see it again. Just a thought. He says, that figure will be nearly $40. We need 3 of them for each look there.
Yep.
Yeah, and speaking of the game, we got that tweet there.
Yeah, that's another thing to add to the list. Bray speaks.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a tweet.
He hasn't said anything in months.
Yeah.
And all he posts is a circle.
That's it.
Yes, Dalton, you can plug a Friends movie. Yeah. Obviously, everybody was excited to hear from him. And I sent him a message right after that and said, "You love setting the internet ablaze," or something like that. There you go again. Or I don't know. Yeah.
Doesn't even have to use a word. Just a
nope.
Just a symbol.
Just a circle.
And like Jesse said, but that circle says oh so much. Yes.
I know. And the picture that was in it was of all the pieces. So it was a video of obviously promo for the game, but the picture, and you and I talked about this over text, Jeff, the picture of all the pieces that are involved in this update or DLC pack. And I initially, I was like, there's 6 people in that picture. Obviously, he's no longer with us, and now I forgot his name. Zeus is no longer with
Tiny
us.
Lister.
No longer with us, but there is someone similar called Bobby Lashley. So
who has said that he wants to change up his character at some point.
So I kind of laughed and was just like, there's 6 people there. What if you have Bobby come in and there's your Wyatt 6?
Yeah. Hey.
Or Omos, or Omos.
Yep. Interesting thought.
So I just thought that was interesting because it is a Revel with Wyatt pack. So that DLC pack is about Bray Wyatt. Obviously, there's other people involved in it, but that's the focus. That's why they called it the DLC, Revel with Wyatt pack. So do we see these other characters involved with Bray at some point? Is there more to this? I doubt it. I think it's just a promo picture, but, it's fun to speculate and, theorize.
Yeah.
Whether or not other people think it's dumb, that's their own opinion. Keep it to yourself, and I'm going to keep with mine.
Yeah.
I just think it was a neat little, we look into everything. So
yeah.
I just thought
I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to fantasy book and theorize and do all of these things and have discussions and because it's fun. We're talking about a character and a person that we love. Yeah, enjoy it, have fun.
You don't have to put other people down or say that, they're wrestler is better than the one that you like, or, you know, like, just let people enjoy what they enjoy.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, folks, wrestling is entertainment.
Yes.
And entertainment should be fun. And when you connect with the story or a character, have fun with it. And if other people are having fun with something that you don't enjoy, that's fine. You don't
Yep.
have to say anything. You can just zip your lips.
Yep.
You can
Or
just
go watch something else. Like,
yeah.
literally, why waste your energy
Yeah.
finding our channel, coming onto our show, and saying that the person that we're talking about sucks? Like, how miserable is your life? Exactly. Like, you must have a really miserable life that you have to make that much effort just to say something negative to somebody else.
Get a hobby. Would be
Seriously.
my advice. Get a hobby
Yeah.
or, just
Don't be a
relax.
dick.
There you go. Go listen to the Jed Shepherd interview and
Where
you
he
will
says,
get
don't be a dick.
yes, and you will get a very good lesson. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't be a dingus, as I like to say.
Don't be a dick, and please go get laid.
Oh yeah, hey. That helps a lot of people out
Preferably
too.
not with your sock. Like an actual other human being.
Oh goodness. Hopefully we get an email from Haynes or someone like that to be to be a sponsor.
Look, I'll make it even better. I will buy you a cum rag from Temu, and I will send it to you.
Oh goodness.
I told you, Deanna, I don't give a crap mode today.
Oh goodness gracious. So let's go back to the possibilities. I want to go back to the possibilities and get people's rankings on these. So I've seen a lot of people say Cody.
Hey, they sell those on Temu, Richie. They do sell waterproof sheets. Just saying.
Oh goodness. So all right.
Okay.
So Cody,
Rank who you would most like to see him attack,
yes.
and least like to see him attack.
Yes. So go from 5, go from 1 to 5, 1 being this is who I have to see him go up against, or this is who I'd love to see him go up against first. 5 being keep him away from that person. Please no. So yeah, let us know. So Jody, I'm gonna ask you to do that.
Okay. I would say, like, me personally, over what I think makes sense. I would say number 1 would be Finn, because everybody wants the Fiend versus the Demon,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a shut up and take my money. Then I would probably say Seth. Then I'd go with Cody,
Mm-hmm.
Brock, and Roman at last.
Okay.
The only reason I put Roman last is because he's not done with what he's doing. Please don't put Bray in that storyline.
Not now. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely at some point put Bray in a feud with Roman, but not right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Not. Yeah.
Let Roman finish out his bloodline thing. Wait till he's down and he's all alone. Then you can come out with the anybody but you, Roman. I love it, and it's going to be amazing. Just not right now.
So let me ask you this: What if it's not right now, but he interferes to help Jay win the title or win the match? Maybe it's just to cost Roman to start him on a descent, and he's the last person that faces Roman in that descent. Now I don't think that'll happen, but I just curious if it's booked that way, would you do it then if there's no title involved? If it's just Roman on the downward trend?
No, because I don't think it's not the titles in it that bother me. Like,
Okay.
I don't think Bray I mean, that would also be full circle,
Mhm.
because Roman won the belt at SummerSlam by pinning Braun.
Mhm.
But so that would be a very interesting full circle moment. Well, no, he didn't. Yeah, he did. That was at Fastlane.
Yeah,
Summer.
Fastlane.
My bad. So I don't. It's not about the belts. I even if he just attacks Roman, it still inserts him into that bloodline storyline that he has going with Jay right now. And I do think Jay is going to be the person to take the belts off of Roman at some point. I said that months ago.
Mhm.
Everybody wants Cody. Everybody wanted Cody. I would have loved that. But, I think I said like before WrestleMania, like I could see it being Jay. But I think this story needs to play out on its own. And if anybody attacks Roman to help Jay, I think the better jaw drop moment would be Solo.
Yep. Yep. Agreed there. Payback was the one, Jody, not Fastlane.
Payback.
Payback.
Thank you.
So Jesse saying, I'd like to believe that Solo is going to cost Roman against Jay, but probably not in a way. Uh-oh. I lost you for a minute there, Jody. Not sure what happened.
That was great.
All right. So, but probably not in a way where Jay wins the title. Wait, is it even? I don't even know if it's a title match at this point.
Is it a title match?
No, I don't know if it is. Yeah, I don't know if it is.
Can somebody answer that? Is it? I thought it was a title match.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but it may not be. I'm not sure.
If it's not, Jay is totally winning.
Yeah, okay. So Hurdy sketch saying it is.
Okay.
Yep, Marvin. So yeah, folks are saying it is for the title.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love for Jay to win, just because I don't think Jay gets enough credit for what he's done in the story for as long as he has. Because you think about it, he's been there from the beginning, and it's just
that's right, because it's for the title of Tribal Chief too.
Title and Tribal Chief. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Oof. That adds a stipulation to it that could be very interesting.
Right.
Because it's for the Tribal Chiefdom.
Yeah, it's for the chiefdom
and the belts.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing.
I don't know. That's gonna get interesting. It's gonna be a hell of a match. And I think, so that's another reason why I don't think Bray's gonna interfere with that if he comes back at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It needs to by itself.
Yeah.
Personally.
There's a lot of interesting possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of interesting possibilities. I know that all of us ultimately just want him back. Do you think, Jody in chat, because we are getting very, very close to SummerSlam, do you think this is a matter of them just popping out with something at SummerSlam? Or in the lead up to SummerSlam, do you think we get some type of clue, hint, tease, whatever? Do you think we get anything before SummerSlam? If that's when he's showing back up.
I think if he comes back at SummerSlam, it's going to be a pop-up at SummerSlam. Okay. Just like when he came back at Extreme Rules. It's going to be something crazy. Because if you start to build it, I mean, SummerSlam is already stacked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My
Like,
goodness.
so stacked. The only thing that could make that show better is a surprise from Bray. So, like, with the conflicting reports, and I think they've already given us a lot of hints. Bray with the tweet, the game, things in the game. Like, there's already been a lot of tweets that he's coming back soon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of feel like we've had a lot of hints.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't see him showing up before that. It's possible. Like I said, I thought it was possible for him to show up around the game to promote the game, but he kind of did that with that tweet.
Yeah.
That's all he did was circle, and everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta go play that game now." So I personally would like to see something that's a surprise.
Yeah.
And having it at one of the main events of SummerSlam, it has the possibility to create a moment like we had at the end of Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm.
They could do exactly the same thing, make us think, "Oh, the show's over," like we did then, and put the logo up and make us think, okay, and we get that kind of hint of disappointment that we're not going to see him, and then the lights go out and he attacks somebody.
Yeah, I like that. Folks are saying that Raw is in Tampa tonight, so not saying, but maybe, possibly.
And if he shows up tonight or Friday or any point leading up to SummerSlam, I'm fine.
Good
If
with
he's
that,
not, if he's not medically cleared, again, I don't know the validity of that or not. That's for in-ring action. There's no reason, and even with him coming back and attacking somebody at SummerSlam, that's not technically in-ring action.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that he can do besides that.
Right. Like you don't have to do anything physical to do a vignette or a backstage promo. Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of things you can do that doesn't involve in-ring action if he's not cleared, like you said. So, let's see. Hurdy Sketch saying, you think this Bray talk is just for PLE sales, though? Do you think it's just to hype up folks and get them to buy on the off chance that it happens?
That's just smart business.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, so yeah, it's highly possible. Bray's a needle mover. He's a merch seller, and people are gonna watch.
Yeah.
Not just because of him, but they are going to get people watching because they are hoping that they see Bray. If they announce Bray returning, they'll still get a lot of people tune in, but it takes that shock value away.
Yeah.
And people will tune in, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep tuning in just in case.
Just in case.
So, I mean, it's just smart business.
Yeah. Eric saying, I hope he does show up unexpectedly. He'll have the whole wrestling world talking. See Wrestling saying, the one thing I always think, White Rabbit was a secret, with 99% of the people in WWE finding out it's Bray the week of Extreme Rules. If he's coming back, it's going to be secret.
Can you keep a secret?
Can you keep a secret? Can you keep a secret?
Well, can you?
Yeah, can you? See Wrestling in response to the question about PLEs, he's saying not at all PLE buys don't really exist in the Peacock WWE network era like the old pay-per-view model.
I think he's talking about tickets, like actually going.
Well, no, I think the first question was about to drive up the views, to get more eyes. I could have misinterpreted the question. I'm sorry.
I took it as, trying to get more people to go.
Okay, I got you. James Chad was saying nothing beats the element of surprise.
Yeah, he said he
So
meant ticket sales.
okay,
That's
keep it
kind
slow.
of what I
Okay,
thought.
okay.
Yeah, I mean
Gotcha.
they always prefer people to actually go.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think you're gonna. I think because of the WWE network and Peacock model, you're always going to get people that are going to throw it on and say, "Okay, I'm going to have this on just in
just
case,
in case.
because I can clip that moment and it's going to blow up on social media, that kind of thing." So, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, um, yeah, lots of great discussion this evening. Um, really, really good stuff. And we got a ton of artwork, I'll say.
Yeah,
There's a ton of it.
I'm making up for not having it last week. I apologize. I know you guys really enjoy that segment. I was just not in a good mental place to go to go looking through the internet to find artwork.
Yeah. So there's a lot here, and kudos to Jody, for finding all of this, and kudos to all of you very super talented artists, out there who, post this content out there for us to see, and I mean, it's just great. It's great stuff. So we'll get started, here, and, one of the, we already saw this one, but this is a cool edit here.
That's Mass. No, it's not. It's wrestling edits.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think this is a really nice. Um, yeah, we saw this earlier.
Yeah.
I just
It's
like
awesome.
the different pieces in it. You've got that new mask. You've got all of the main event, people at SummerSlam, and Bray's kind of sitting up there. Then like, who do I go after?
Yeah.
Eventually, I think he'll have a feud with all of these people. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, this is awesome. And I echo what Hurdy Sketch said, Jody. Um, you gotta take care of you. And sometimes there are some things that we just can't do, and that's all good. There are people that understand, that support you, that know that you're dedicated to showing support to all of these wonderful artists. So just want to say that this right here.
obviously this is the Joker, but this is a Kyle Scarborough piece, and anytime he posts anything, I'm gonna stick it on here because Kyle is a master of artwork like this, and he is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Just the
Yeah.
layers of the teeth, like
Oh,
he's so detailed.
so good. So good. All right,
Mhm.
here's the next one.
I don't remember off the top of my head who did this one. Um, but I really like that it is like that newspaper, blurred kind of old style. And anytime we see Bray with a belt is a good thing.
Absolutely.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
that's awesome. This is really cool.
um, so Richie, did you put this in the game? Like you built this in the game? Um, I honestly, I don't play these games, so I don't really, I don't know what that entails, but I really like that. Yeah, he built that for the game. So
Yeah.
I really love those. I love the moth on the jacket, and then
Mhm.
on Bray, and then the moth on the back of the jacket on that other mask. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's
Even
so
the knee thing. I mean, it looks like Spider-Man threw up on
yeah,
his pants, but I
that
love it.
that's
Love it.
awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, so awesome.
uh, Helix Effect, I believe, did this one, um, and I love the lighting.
Yeah,
and the
writing.
detail on the tattoos and the body paint, like that must have taken him forever to
I
paint.
mean, heck, even the detail on the crowd.
Yeah,
Like the detail in the spotlight on the crowd is
that's
like,
yours too, Richie.
oh, that's so dope.
Is it?
That's dope.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Helix. Oh, so he is Helix Effect. Okay. So is this in the game too? Or did you draw this? Either way, that's in the game too. Yeah, so that is really, really cool. I love that.
That's awesome.
So cool. Another Hurdy sketch one. Basically, I took your trilogy that you drew, Richie, and stuck all of them in there so we could look at them again because they're awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love my favorite detail on this one is his eyes because they're different.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the smoke coming out of the lantern. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is the second one in the trio, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I like the detail in the eyes with Howdy and all the detail in the hair, and yeah, you're a fantastic artist, Richie. Everybody loves the Fiend. I mean, come on, that looks like a photograph.
It does.
Like,
yeah, it's really good.
Legit, that looks like a photograph. I mean, just the detail in his chest tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a photograph.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. See, Richie has all the spotlight today. Again, the detail in the tattoos. I mean, it looks like a picture.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Like yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
So good. So good. Another another Hurdy sketch one. I love that creature on the right side when you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drew my eye immediately because it looks different. Like it's like it's the Fiend, but it doesn't look like the Fiend, and then it's so good.
I'm gonna say this, and I saw someone say this a little earlier about the other one, but this to me, he looks a lot like Art the Clown, which I love. Like especially like around the eyes and the smile. I love it.
I might need a print of this one actually.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I mean, because that looks like a movie poster.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Blake did this one of the Fiend, and again, I'm a sucker for these cartoon comic book style. I love it, and he got right down to the detail, based off of Pennywise and Art. Yeah, the detail that the hands on his shirt, which if you're not looking right, you won't even see those. And I love like the paint, the blood splatter, even his tongue sticking out. Like,
yeah,
it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So this one was sent to me by Nicole. She had a family thing to take care of, but did ask if you guys could keep her in your thoughts and prayers for her family. So if you guys could do that, I know she would greatly appreciate it. Said she's sorry she couldn't be here, but I know she'll be back. She's always here when she can be.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's pencil.
That's tremendous.
Like, what?
Right.
You can get that detailed with a pencil?
With a pencil? I struggle writing my name sometimes. So
right? Like, I can barely color in a picture. without going outside the lines. So
Right.
yeah,
Goodness, that's amazing.
fantastic. I got this one off of Eric Russo's Instagram page, and if you give me a second, I picked a few from that particular person. So it was, if I remember, no, can't find it. I don't know. There it is. So this is El Bardo Paco on Instagram. And again, I love the old style. I mean, it looks like something from the 1940s.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Com show. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah. El Barto. Oh, it says El Bardo in the tag. Huh. El Bardo Paco. It's Hamlin McGill.
It's amazing.
I'm terrible with names. So yeah, I love it. It looks like an old horror movie.
Yeah. I love the aesthetic of it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. This is an edit that Eric did.
Dope. Another dope one. You guys are so great.
I know. Like I love this one because he brought out the detail in his face.
Yeah.
So like immediately you want to be drawn to the light, to the lantern, but you can't help being drawn to his face because it's so detailed.
Right.
You just want to sit here, and I don't mean this in a weird textual way. You just want to sit here and stare at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and really look at every single detail of his face.
Yeah. It's so good. Like it, I mean, just the shadows, the light, I mean, everything is just so good. So good. Great job, Eric.
Yeah. Black mask design, so always try to feature him on here too because he's fantastic at these edits. Just so good. That looks like something. That background looks like something Kyle would have drawn.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is amazing.
And that's the version of Bray I fell in love with. So I'm gonna have to love that.
This is awesome too. All of them are.
Joshua Saga. It's that cartoon comic book style. I just love it, and I love that. I think that's supposed to be Seth in the front with the X's over his eyes and the horns. It's either Seth or Roman. I'm pretty sure it's Seth. But yeah, I love that cartoon style. Got all the puppets there, even Devil Vince with money in his mouth.
Yep. You got Rambling Rabbit with the help sign.
Yep.
Husk is hanging out.
It's just so cool. You got the belt.
Abby and Mercy. I mean, it's amazing.
It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, now we start into a good bit of a Brittany K's art.
Yeah. So she is selling these right now, guys. So definitely make sure you go and purchase them. They're on her Twitter page. And even if you want to commission her to draw something that that's not Bray. She drew the picture of me and Caleb together. So she can draw more than just Bray. She's fantastic. Actually, Alexa Bliss retweeted one of her pieces of art recently. So
we have a couple. We've got some Alexa Bliss in here. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like this one because of the watercolor in the background. It's almost like one of those ink stains. You're trying to find a picture in it.
It's amazing.
I mean, hey, Who don't love this? For real.
Right?
Again, that looks like a photograph.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the Fiend is about to jump right out at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. I love the picture that this is based on. So this is great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is intentional, but like the bottom, it's kind of looks like almost like somebody stepped on it with their shoe. So it's got like the mud drops.
Yeah, the splatter. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It is.
Detail on the tattoos. And I told her, I texted her after I saw this one, and I said, I need a print of this.
It's great.
Add it to my list, because I think I've like gotten 20 on my list now. But the evolution of Bray Wyatt, I think it's fantastic. You've got all the pieces in there.
Yep, it's so good.
It's so good.
So good. And then you've got
that's a Twitter header right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
I may have to actually go do that. That's a Twitter header.
And you got like the different facial expressions and all the eyes on each one. It's just good stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Miss Bliss.
Yes, this is the one that Alexa retweeted. It's just really cool. Like, it looks like a photograph. That's the only thing I can say about Brittany's work. Like, she's getting so good at it that it looks like a photograph.
Yeah. It's really good. And then another of Miss Bliss.
I like that one. I like the detail, and she knows I love that underwater effect background. Or lightning effect. It's one or the other. It might be both, but either way, I love it.
Awesome. It's awesome. Miss seeing this guy around.
I do. Me too.
Yeah, miss seeing this guy around. But again, like, it's so good. And you talk about detail, like with all of you artists, but you talk about detail. I mean, Braun, look at his head and look at like the hair, how it's not quite bald, and it's it's a little bit grown in. It's like those types of details.
Even the shadows on his skin.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
amazing.
Tremendous.
I love that one. That one's really cool. Yeah. Again, that underwater effect and the detail on the tattoos, like, that one's awesome too.
Yeah. And then we've got this handsome fella.
I love that one. The red splotches and the detail on the mask. Again, with the even the shadows on the jacket. Like,
tremendous work.
I can't draw like that. I'm not even gonna try. I wouldn't even try.
Just know, if anyone wants to know about my lack of artistic ability, my 5-year-old daughter does not ask me to draw certain things, because she's like, Daddy, there are a couple things, 2 things she won't ask me to do. That's draw things and do her hair. She's told me that I'm not good at either one, which she's not lying. So yeah, that's my drawing ability. So as always, we just want to say thank you to all of you super talented artists for sharing your work. I mean, I'm just in awe, and I think we all are every single week, just by all of your talents. And I mean, there are so many of you in the chat, so many of you brilliant artists. So thank all of you for sharing your tremendous talents with us, and we greatly appreciate it. And yeah, so we've gone a little bit over time.
I
Uh,
told him to prepare for that.
you did say prepare for it. So final thoughts from you, Jody, as we head into the final couple weeks before SummerSlam.
Look, I love all you guys. Um, you know, sometimes I have to get mean, and I don't like getting mean. Um, so I'm not going to apologize for being mean today because, you know, that's one of those situations where you can't be nice about abuse. You just can't.
No.
So there's a couple of things I will never be nice about. One of those is abuse, and one of them is child trafficking. So you just can't. I mean, you kind of have to be an asshole. Those are the situations where you can, in fact, be a dick.
But you're not being, though. You're standing up for what's right, and you're supporting people, and that's not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So, so yeah.
99% of the time, we keep things positive on this channel, and we love each other, and we support each other, and you guys are awesome at that. Sometimes we get some trolls in here that we have to crack a whip on a little bit.
A little bit.
We are accepting and loving as long as you're not a dick.
Right.
That way. Then if you are, then we're going to be one, right back.
Once you reach that status, you may be escorted out. Just saying.
And I'm glad I could make everybody laugh with my sock comment. Please, I try to make you guys laugh. So
you know what I'm gonna.
I succeeded today.
You know what I'm gonna do now, Jody, because of that comment. Folks, we do have an online merch shop. I'm going to put our Abby's Window logo on some socks. That's exactly what I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. So don't be surprised when you see a pair of socks on our online shop, and you'll know exactly where that originated from. So yeah.
Wow.
So thank you for the inspiration for the new product that's going to hit our merch store. So yeah, thank you.
Oh man.
We try to provide a service here. So
yeah.
We
are a full service channel.
We are. Yep.
Yeah. So Bray will be back soon. I can guarantee you guys that. So, he's going to be back soon. If he's not cleared for in-ring action by SummerSlam, he still may show up. I mean, he could be cleared if he is even not cleared. I don't know. He could be back anytime. Keep your eyes and ears peeled because we might not see something. We might just hear something.
Yep.
You don't know what the heck he's going to do.
Exactly. And I don't know him personally, but I would just say this. I would say that I'm sure he sees the comments of people wanting him back and, really like, hey, I miss you and all that. I'm sure he sees all of that.
He sees everything.
Yeah. And I think the patience is going to be rewarded. I really do. I don't think that's lost on him, the patience of the fans, the folks that truly rock with him and that support him and have his back. I don't think that's lost on him. So I think we'll all be rewarded.
And I want to tell you one thing, Bray. Even though I said a certain somebody has a leg up on you, you're still my number one. And you always will be. That's all.
And if you want to know where she said part of that, That's a good segue, right? If you want to know where she might have made that comment, it's in this interview. So go check out the interview. It's on our channel. So Jodie, thank you. Thank you to the chat. This was a really fun episode, a lot of fun conversation. Thank all of you so much. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the support. We appreciate all of you talented artists. Yeah, and go have some fun watching Raw this evening. Should be pretty good. So we will see you next time for another episode of Abby's Window. Take care, everyone.